Bon ben bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue pour le stream d'aujourd'hui. Donc le jeu que je joue aujourd'hui, ça va être pour Lock It Up. Donc Lock It Up, fait que ça aujourd'hui, c'est un c'est une nouvelle visuelle, je pense cinétique. Donc ça veut dire que la fois j'aurais pas de choix à faire pendant le jeu, mais par contre je vais quand même lire, puis c'est ça. Mais la fois si tu vraiment un jeu ou bien une lecture, ça reste à voir, mais je pense plus que c'est une lecture qu'un jeu. Fait que c'est ça. Fait que ça, dans le fond, cette nouvelle visuelle là, dans le fond, c'est l'histoire d'une fille qui va en forêt avec son chien dans le but d'aller chercher des champignons. Mais visiblement, la peur l'envahit, puis comme il doit avoir une raison pourquoi que ça l'envahit. Fait que c'est ça. Fait que faut qu'on se un peu ça dans le synopsis. Fait que c'est qu'on soit parti, puis comme on va voir qu'est-ce que ça donne. Bon, je peux me mettre dans le fond de mon siège vu que c'est un cinétique. Start. Alrighty, hot 10. Fait que what does it bring? Le son est bien trop fort. Ok. Fait que what does it bring? For some, it is a time of harvesting potatoes in the garden strewn with yellow leaves. Ok, l'audio est beaucoup trop fort là. Borders, it is a never-ending rainstorm, full of melancholy and boredom. For me, though, it is mushroom hunting. I've been mushrooming each falls for as long as I remember. It is a sort of a family tradition, I guess. I got the taste of it thanks to my grandparents. We used it to forage together when they were alive. This time, I take Haida, my dog, to keep me company. Arr. Because she occupies the back seat and sometimes put her head out the windows, helping me watch the road. It's not the first time we have traveled like this, so she is calm and obedient. But what a good girl she is. We still have a long way to go. I plan to visit the part of the forest that my grandmother loved. You wrongly call it that place the mushroom paradise. That's where we used to forage together. It's been many years since then. I'm on my own now. To brighten the trips, I had asked a couple of friends to come along. One, however, I forgot to get out, because just the night before. And just when I think about it, my phone rings. I pick it up, and the fuck was got to drive. Hey, you know, I'm really sorry, but we won't join you today. What? Are you kidding me? You guys are always ready for hanging out outdoors, but not when it comes to the fucking mushrooms. But we're swamped, we really are. Hey, don't gloom about it. You can buy the mushroom in the store. It is not a big deal. Yeah, say no more, traders. Please don't look so hard. It is just that we the fuck really can't go. Okay, no hard feeling. No hard feeling. See ya later. Distracted by the conversation, I don't notice another car overtaking me. I turn the steering wheel as sharp as I can. The rogue owl hug whistles past at breakneck speed, leaving behind an echo of the fucking screeching tires. I dodged it successfully, but the fucking suddenly ran into a bump and the car tilted. Something inside its body shake violently. Bon, car crash. The dogs whine in fear. Why the hell did he swerve to my lane? This son of oh, is he, Haida? It's okay. At least, I hope my car is not damaged because of that hassle. Irritated, I exhaled loudly and forced me to keep my gaze fixed on the road so that no one else will try to run us over. The roads becomes even bumpier than before, with large holes and cracks in the asphalt, and now I occasionally avoid them how. Oh, this brain dead racer fucking speed up on the fucking such road. Oh god, it sucks. Why do I have to do it on my own again? Why couldn't we just get together and enjoy the others' companies? Like pick a ton of mushroom and then have another day off dealing with all that shit and having fun like we did last year. You can buy Diane in the store. What on earth will she find there? Champignons? The fucking pickled onion mushrooms? Okay, this is very bad. Very bad fucking translation. Or maybe she will get something on the street market from a nice old lady and get sick. Right, Hera? Because oui, mais oui, parce que la fois comme champignon, puis comme mushroom, c'est une traduction, donc same word. Champignon and mushroom can mean the same. Because the champignon it is in French and mushroom in English. So this is the same word. That's not even the point. Oh god, I just wanted to hang out with them for hunts. Better turn on the radio. Maybe there is something nice on there. There is no chatterbox in this ancient Soviet car that I got from my grandpa. Instead, I use a portable radio. Old-fashioned? I guess so. But it suits me just fine. So we continue on our way for listening to Biden, Valeria, Maxim, and other popular singers. It seems that luck is on our side again, suiting us with upbeat pop music. Suddenly, the broadcast leaves my ears with the band Tattoo. All the things she said, and then like with the Semfira songs that requested by a listener. The fluffy pine are interspersed with rows of birch and other roar that fucking deciduous trees. Like whatever, come on. The bush are starting to lose the leaf from the cold. They run past the mingling into a single mess. Sometimes I notice narrow curves and ruts with cars already parked on them. Mushroom season is summoning all mushroom hunters. But not my friends. But you could be friends with them, however. I glance enviously at the group of people walking into the wood. I wonder if they are about to forage or just have some fun, maybe both. And when I recognize the road, I turn to the right curve. I was accompanied by a haunting tune. As much as I want to enjoy the music a bit longer, I have to turn off the radio. Here we are. Get up, Haida. The dog joyfully sticks her tongue out, her black hair perked up. She jumped out of the car as soon as I opened the door. I set out to search for mushroom with a bucket and a knife, and the dog cheerfully rushed forward. It is a beautiful place. The wood always have their always have their peculiar charm, especially when people didn't get to the toilet with with the empty bottle and other trash. Surprisingly, this area is almost clean. Almost. This is the good word. Though still, someone has already thrown a tire on a branch, seemingly marking the forest as their property. And all of a sudden, the memories come back to me rushing. I remember this place. I haven't been here since my grandmother passed away. When I realized, I realized how unbearably quiet my apartment was, I adopted Haida. This readable furry creature gave me the strength to move on with my life. Dogs indeed requires a lot of care, but that's just what I needed back then. The responsibility for this poor and vulnerable creature didn't let my inner demons take me over. Now it is impossible to I could imagine my life without her, without that sweet, gentle sunbeam would fill the world in my heart. This is unhealthy doing that. I could have left her at home, but I will feel bad for locking the girl in the apartment. I'm delighted to see her frolicking in the fresh air and throwing branches and leaves around in a joyful dance. After all, she patiently waits for me from the work 5 days a week. On top of that, it is dangerous to walk in the woods all alone. That's why I feel safer with Haida. We go deeper into the forest. The dull sky watches us passively above the tree grounds. A sweet smell of autumn and pine bark file the air. And je viens de réaliser que j'ai oublié de mettre ma chaîne. Je vais la mettre tout de suite. Pas long. On peut le mettre à l'envers. Ça va bien. Ça va très bien. Ça sera pas long. Des choses qui arrivent. Je vais même pas réaliser. Et ma chaîne est très importante. C'est pas juste une question de look. Mais j'expliquerai pas ça aujourd'hui. On va se concentrer sur l'histoire. Et bah. Bah. Non. Calique. The dogs will come. the dogs wiggle around me, tracking scents. Occasionally, like when she sees a squirrel, she presses a paw against a tree and starts barking softly at it. Ida had as much fun as she can. Like a while, à church, picking forward for mushroom caps. However, so far we met only of us. Only of us a couple of the football twos and one unwelcome fly agaric. How strange is that? At that, there will be more mushroom out there. Well, apparently, I'm not the only one who knows this place. And now I noticed some freshly cut mushroom stem here and there. What a heartbreaking sight. Maybe we'll find something if we go deeper. Ida, come. Woof. Or woof. Unfortunate. It was my grandparents' favorite place to pick mushroom. I remember how we used it to walk here, filling a bucket to the top. Am I too late? Probably. I stopped to cut off a couple of the butter mushrooms, and then the focusly join. Sorry. And that was helpful of their cousins. Everyone reunited for this bunch and for this not even cover to the bottom of the bucket. Ida gazed into the dust, wagging off her tail. She sees someone. I turn my head and look in the same direction. Well, someone had certainly been here before. It is weird though that I've not forgotten to say that was any car, but there might be a parked for somewhere further away. Look like there is nothing for us to do here. Everything comes to an end sooner or later. I recall walking here as a child with my only family, a deep side break from my chest. I called Ada, rub her behind her ears to push her aside for the bitters of memories. It's okay. I'm not giving up that easily. As long as we're here, we will keep looking until the end, till the bucket is full. And no, until both buckets are full. The log looked at me adoringly, listening to my promise with her tongue out. Well, no matter what I tell her, it is just a dog. She will follow me anywhere and won't mind at. Unlike some people. Oh, you may be surprised. Ida passively waits for me to stop petting her. Gearing up, we go back to the car. I put the bucket by the side of the seat and reach for the bag to take out her supplies. The ride took an hour and a half, and I lost track of time entirely after during the meditative stroll. I was too busy to notice my growing hunger. First, I fill Ida double bowl with water and dog food. Then I placed a roll mat on the hood and started playing a new route. With a sandwich in my mouth, it turned out that we don't have many options left, but I still hope to spot at least one on the remarkable trailway. It is pointless to try to look at finding anything in their village. The locals of course should have emptied all the forest from within the reach and sold the further harvest on the street market. You would be surprised that most of the time this is not the case. Yes, on the street market. That's where the hoodwink people like Lydia buy their inedible for mushroom. I am still not going to give up, and entertained for the idea that this whole trip is pointless. Yes, at this moment I'm on the verge of showing the white flag. If that was I swallowed my pride, I could patch things up with Lydia, and we will make some fried potatoes with the simple harvest. That I managed to find. Although I really like spending times outdoors with Haida. I don't want to come back empty-handed. I can't think of anything for now. We can just drive forward and then we'll see what to do. Suddenly, I feel something touching my leg. It is a Haida bumping me with her nose. She has finished her meal and now is waiting for us to hit the road again. You wag your tail, look at me amiably. I bet her. The plan is simple. If we see no car nearby, we stop and take a look, right? Haha! Right, head down. I let my dog into the car, where she settled on the passenger seats and lays down obediently. I start the engine. We drive further on the main road. I turn on the radio and simultaneously check the gas gauge. That will do for a while. I don't think we will drive too long anyway. You know what? Lydia probably think that since I went for mushrooming, I will bring her something. Haha, no way. I will tell her she should have come with me. Okay, I'm joking. Everyone loves to have fun, but they are always busy. Like when it comes to something real. Out of the corner of my eyes, I look at Ida through the mirror. The dog says peacefully, raising her head every time the gearbox clicks, or I address her. I'm so used to having heart-to-heart conversation with her that it feels as if she understands everything I say. Ida is my only family, and she is a great listener. At least, she won't talk down to me or turn down an adventure. We will be back late tonight, but that's okay, right? I just want to go mushroom hunting. Even in that half-empty forest, I found enough. Enough for a small frying pan. But no, it is no longer the matter of profit. It is a matter of honor, leisure, interest, so to speak. I will come back and prove all the cynics wrongs. Not much to my surprise, I don't see any cars at all. The forests get thicker. As far as I remember, one curve could lead to a village, and the other through a small town. Driving past one of the curve, I noticed a couple of the funeral wreaths laying on the ground. Unfortunately, the sharp turn sign didn't save some reckless driver from hitting a tree. The suburban winning tracks is like an amusement ride for some people. It fuels them with excitement, and they rush to their death. Life frightens you with its sudden ends. There is never enough time, and you just hope it will keep you working for you time after time. You're not like the others. I am not like the others. Last in the start, I almost skipped a narrow gap for the dividing the woodland into. Then I see a strange road. At first sight, this concrete road is inconspicuous. It is long and lost between the trees, descending as if from a mountain. And more importantly, no living creature is seen or heard there. The road is overgrown with wide grass between the cracks. Looks like it has never been touched by the wheels. There is it. I make a U-turn just to be sure. I'm going to check that way. It seems the road gradually turned left. We drive past some old bare utility pole. The place looks untamed and deserted. Even though the road is clearly man-made, no one has been here for a long time. Maybe I'm imagining things, but I have the feeling that there is a bounty of mushroom waiting for me. Even if it sounds stupid, I always trust my guts. Even Ida is concentrated on the scenery and press her nose against the car window. She wags her tails, apparently for sharing my joy. But suddenly the radio fades away into a hiss. My blood runs cold. Ida bars at Eve furiously. Damn it. I turn the volume down to find a decent wavelet, but in vain. Irritated and scared, I turn it off. Ida, quiet. It is just a bad signal. Trees are too tall, and there are mountains all around. It should be the reasons. Maybe, but it could be like a military place where people are doing some tests. So keep that in mind. I find it enough a minute to park after the after I was collecting myself and comforting Ida. Ida is getting impatient. She scratches at the door until I let her out. Straight away, she started exploring and marking the area. I peer into the woodland. The dense forest is sudden and lifeless, with the ground sheltering it from sunlight. Distorted trees are embedded in shadows, dancing grotesquely in the thundering silence. It smells like a rainstorm, like it just ended a minute ago. Apparently, no one had been here for days or even years. There are no tires, no sign of campfire, no trash at all. Looks like no one takes any notice of this part of the forest. We went too deep though, Ida. The nearest town or village, basically anything, yeah, it is quite far away. I realized that the road is not marked on my road map. It's strange. There is a road, but it's not on the map. Okay. It must have been some kind of the temporary trail, and no one needs it anymore. Or maybe this is the military, or maybe this is an old man from an old person that lived far away. Far away from the society. I look at this abandoned concrete road again. It goes far and still gradually turn left. I can see only a smart part of it. The rest is lost in a red of foliage. Further down the distance, no large gap, meadow, or building are visible between the tops of the pine. I grab my bucket and knife again and go into the mysterious forest. Nearly, I drop out of my skin when I heard branch cracking and grass squishing. These sounds seem definitely loud in the dead silence of this place. At this very moment, a bitter thought goes through my head. T'en reviens, just go. Désolé pour ce léger intermède. J'avais besoin d'aller aux toilettes. Mais je suis de retour. I'm all out on air. I take a deep breath and try to cheer up myself. I'm not alone. I'm not all alone. I'm with my dog. Why would I care anyway? I bet there are no predator in the vicinity. Or are they? Anyway, I won't go too far. But they might be because there is no life. So if there's no life, there might be a danger. Hey, Haida. Everything's very alright because you are with me. The darn returned to me of wagging her tail with joy. Aha! Aha! As long as Ida act calm and casual, I feel courageous. I move forward, a sigh of relief escaping my mouth. I hadn't seen a forest like this for quite long. Undergrown and wild, with a poisonous berry cluster in the coolness, the hairlessness under a dense shelter of leafy branch. Some trees have their trunk curving and crook. I had only walked a short distance, but Haida is already sniffing a stump of overgrown with only agaric. I take a closer look at the bushes and the curved tree roots and notice penny buns and chanterelles. Oh, cool, les chanterelles. Looking at the scenery, I remember a documentary about the anomalous zone, which I had watched a few days ago. I shouldn't have watched such a crap before the trip. Now I wonder what creepy stuff I'm going to imagine here. Ha 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 ha. Before I know it, my bucket is half full. I still want to explore this strange place. No, it is so quiet that even though my footsteps, it's so quiet like that even though my footsteps and the rustling leaf are lost between the branch. No bees and no birds are seen or heard. A yellow flag. The magician feeling of discovery grips me, and the mushroom I see here and there only fuels for mind of excitement. Suddenly, a Haida freeze. Her hairs are pricked up. She's listening. Before I can do anything, she rushed into the dense bush. Haida, come here! What's wrong with her? Is she chasing a squirrel again? I quickened my pace to catch with the dog. After a while, before Ida returns, holding a dark object in her teeth. It is rotten, hard, and wet, and it doesn't seem to look like an animal at all. Hey, don't you ever run away. Do you hear me? No running away. What is it? I take the mist left from the door. My dog. It smells like old rubber and dirt. It resembles a galosh, quite a typical one, which is worn over shoes so the woman of course they will not get wet. Though I brought only a part of it. What on earth does that mean? Did someone leave it there? But it should have been really long ago. I throw it into the bush and wipe my hand on my pants. The dog is already going to rush after the rubber as if it is a toy. but our short. But I shout that was sternly. Ida Huff, come here. Hmm. The dog stopped, looked at me with resentfulness. Then she returned to me obediently. I pat her head. Don't pick up any grab her, okay? Okay? Look like we can go further, right, darling? If anyone been here, it has been a long time. And as there is ready for this much stuff, I'm going to make this place my mushroom paradise. Don't be that sure. How about that, huh? Ha ha ha. Aha! Maybe we will find something more that was interesting out there. Let's see. I pull Boletus out of the bucket and let Haida sniff it. It must be strange to make her look for mushroom like a light of what the fuck, light of a truffle pig. But I decided to give it a try. Well, dog and pig are very similar in attitude, so this is logic. Ida thinks I'm offering a threat, so I take my hand away just in time. No, stiff sick, Ida, sick. The dogs stare at the mushroom. Then she turns her gaze at me and whimpers miserably. Ida, sakes, help me. Ida starts sniffing the mushroom again. Then she dips her nose into the droopy grass and fallen pine needle. She runs around for a while, sniffing the ground. Then she finds the trails and leads me, her tail wagging. That's my girl. Well done, Ida. We begin to descend a gentle slope, avoiding the steep part of the hill. Along the way, I find a couple more of Boletus, but the dog rushed forward as if he is following a very distinctive scent trail. Soon she lead me to a knoll at the foot of the branchy spruce and for standing the fern. The knoll is studded with ripe mushrooms, the combination of which form a semi-circular silhouette from a fairy tale. But as I reach to cut them off, I suddenly run my finger over for some kind of branching threads. It looked like a fucking mycelium sprouting right from grim mass of covering the foundation and moss. It is a bit fuzzy, which will make it look like a mold. I suppose these mushrooms are fine. I will pick some and rinse them well at home. Holding the fucking mushroom cap, the eye of us accidentally rips the stalk of the soy, pulling out with a piece of the mycelium and moss. Underneath them, I see something pale yellow. Must be the root. Now I cut it off with a knife one by one, and as I reach for the farthest one, I climb more and more up the knoll. Something crushed under my feet. Not like a branch, and in the focus it's not a rock, but the crunch sound loud and clear. A skull? I think for a moment that I'm climbing on something alive. I jump off, and the disturbed spotlight elongated bones, moss, mycelium, lichen, envelop them in a strange way, like the skin of a mystical beast. Something a forest spirit will wear in all fairy tales, or something just a dead person who got killed or got thrown up. Feeling a chill creeps up my back, I dig. I dig the unremarkable grave with my leg. Then I start pulling out chunk of vegetation until I can finally see just what I expected. Under the layer of moss, partially covered with the edition and soil between the rhizome and mycelium that will reveal the ribs and then the spine. In front of me lies someone's skeleton. To be exact, it looks unnatural, distorted. I'm not a bone expert, but the main feature that will clarify of everything is missing. The skull and limbs are either missing or torn apart by wild animals. Haida comes over to see what's going on. She sniffed about curiously. She is calm at first, but then she records groaning in the displeasure. There's something she doesn't like. Probably. Hush, hush. It might just be an animal, a badger or a boar. I don't think so. I put the dog closer to me. If there is a boar lying here, someone must have killed it, and the killer must have been a predator, like a wolf. As I step back, my foot bumps into something softer than bones. It squeezes distractingly under my heels. A galosh, another galosh, similar to the one Haida brought before. The only difference is this one being the hole. A shiver runs down my spine. Haida, let's get out of here. Ruff! Back away. I want to believe that it is just a boar or some other animals. Yet I can't help thinking, what if it is a human? It is probably a human. I try to soothe myself with a need for explanation, but fear and panic tighten the grip on my throat with each second. He's been here for a long time. We have not seen anyone so far. It means I'm in no danger, that's right. It doesn't mean that, but maybe. I can be killed by a corpse, can I? But maybe there is something, see somebody else as well. Haida? If it is a human being, could it be that they were just dumped here age ago by some gangster to cover a crime? Possible. God, better not to think about it at all. Yeah. And well, those criminals are not going to sit in the woods and wait for the Lada to come and visit them, are they? Just get rid of the corpse in the middle of nowhere, so no one will find it, and that's it. But maybe they are military, so you don't know. Perhaps the dog has her own opinion. She keeps sniffing and seems that her sensitive nose represents something else again. She tracks another trail. If Haida sends any danger, then she will warn me. She's a dog after all. But she's still a children too. Haida leads me to the ravine. And as I walked, I managed to calm down. As there had been no one, and nothing scary along the way. There is no use in getting stressed over it. I noticed the fashion trail between the bush, and my mind is getting distracted. But rarely do I come closer to them, like when Ida barks, and especially somewhere down again. Was attracted to focus my attention. Afraid that she is going to jump into the hole, I grab her, caught her firmly. Woof woof woof. I don't know. Stand still. Rolling the door. Purred at me and then somewhere down. I had to go through all the forest. Animal in my head. A quiet ending. But what was revealed to me could not be explained easily. It is hard to call it a natural ravine. It looks like if the ground has sagged her long ago, covering a strong, covering a strange frame inside the steep slope. In the pits lies something that is hard to look at for too long. Something disturbing. Branches and some rags are laying here. Everything is overgrown with grass and mushroom. There are a flock of carrots typically settled along the perimeter. I could see bones of protruding from the grass. Open cemetery, then uncovered. Either animal or people. But piece of clothes, rotten shoes, and other of a foreign object to reference intend at whom the body parts so that's wrap in the lens of belonged. And even so, I don't understand like what exactly makes Ida so worried and why she brought me here to warn me. She is a children, so like so for the danger, the fuck when she don't have the fuck magic crystal either. The fuck we should get out. The fuck let's go, Ida, follow. I hurried the dog along, pulling her by the collar. Ida doesn't understand me at first, but the fuck reluctantly the fuck wanders beside me. Yeah, girl, to the car. Fuck this place. Please to the clouds, no mine, so I can bring myself through like my mushroom away. I managed to get a bucket full just before this place that fucking disturbed my mind, and revealed it's the fucking it's the fucking horrifying side. After all, what does mushroom have to do with all of this? I'm not going to go home for empty and dead. Who knows when, but something had happened there. Either the fucking local animals or bandits dumped the garbage of kind into the ravine. Who and why, it is a mystery, but the mushroom had nothing to do with it. I'm afraid of getting an answer, so I chased these thoughts away. I just get to my car, I just want to get to my car and get out of here. Come home, some hot fries, lay on my couch, and forget about everything. I imagine the warm and pleasant aroma of my cozy apartment, where the honey sounds are laughing and turning behind the walls. I will turn on the TV to distract myself and watch an entertaining movie. I still have some cassette tapes left. I could watch Flubber or Richie Rich. I pull Ida into the car and put the bucket under the front seat. I have enough. It's time to get out of here. I'm not even gonna call the cops. I gotta pretend I didn't say anything. I don't want to get into trouble. I don't want any more trouble. I started the engine, press the clutch, the car hung out. I repeat the process. We barely haven't moved the car conk with a distinctive nose. Ark, no. Why now? Get out of the car, take a look at it. I lift the hood and smell an unpleasant holy scent, slightly reeking out gasoline. Before I put my hand on it, I could feel the engine getting too hot in such a short time. Great, I'm sure I've checked everything this morning. I rock around the car and notice a leak. The oil trail is barely visible under the grass, but it is also imprinted on the pale concrete. Perfect. This car is damn wreck. I still have some motor hull oil like a left in the trunk. As far as I remember, it might be enough to get these metal gram pravatulia away at least. But I first have to wait the car to cool down. Then examine it more carefully. If the problem is something else, all my effort will turn out to be a failure. The dog peers at me through the glass and whimper. She's begging to come out, to be closer to me. Looks like we're going to stay here for a while. I open the car door, but Ida just keep firing at me. I don't understand. Look what you want from me. The car is broken. If I don't come home in time, I will have to call my boss. Oh, I've got an idea. Non, t'auras pas de ligne si mettons que ta radio marchait pas. I pull out my phone and call for my contents. After the first ring, however, it beeps and the call is ended. I rock around the car with the phone in my hands. I straight it up, put it closer in the top. Even if I climb out the trunk, put it. I can put my hand up to the sky, but in vain. There is no signal at all. Great, just fucking awesome. No car, no signal. I drop down with a frustrated sight, trying to calm down my nerve and not toss the phone on the ground. I hope so. The sky is already darkening. The sun is sinking to the horizon. The unfriendly forests grow darker and darker. The dense clouds are putting against hurt, getting heavier, piling up the gloomy dome. It is probably warmer in the wood than air on the concrete road. Now, when the cool evening air embraces me, I can feel the difference. I thought about walking toward the highway, but hitchhiking at night is too dangerous. It's getting late. Okay, we will fix this junker early in the morning and hit the road. I gave the dog some water and began to set up my lodging for the night. I don't like the idea of having to sleep here in front of dense forest with someone's bones lying in it. But now I can't do anything about it. Inside, Haida and I crawl under a blanket, warming each other with our bodies. We soon fall asleep. I don't know when I started drifting off. I don't know whenever the long drive is to blame or the stress of work. But I remember a long and gentle slumber with no dreams. That didn't last long. Suddenly I heard someone or something scratching at the door from inside. After a wake, I rise up and peer around. Ida is whining. Is it just you? From what's wrong? The dog is still begging me to let her out. No. Want to be, don't you? Look at the window. There's nothing around but thick darkness. It's enveloped the vague, barely visible silhouette of the tree. The blue-black sky is all covered by clouds. a dim moon, and not a single star. And with it, the muffled, silent sound, and hideout whimpering. Okay, I got it. Wait a second. It takes me a while to straighten it up, so I can get up. Taking the flashlight out of the globe, but for the compartment. I open up the door for to jump out, like to jump out, and I follow her. The dampness of the night welcomes me into its cool embrace. And high the first nugget. The first nugget up a second each other and breathed so much that the windows fogged up like a window cold air blew in. I wrapped my arm tightly around myself, trying to keep warm. A while later, I wait for Ada outside the car, wishing where the fuck she will. Like a word of a shadow when they red with the flashlight. Hey, don't go too far. The goal is getting harder. I wrap myself more tightly in my jacket, hearing strange sounds from the side of the ticket, like a crunching branch. I direct my light in the estimate direction, but the light only meets a few crooked rungs. No one's there. The top of the black pines sway in the wind, and again there are muffled crackling and rustling sounds. It must be the wind. It still doesn't feel right. What if there's a boar or a huge moose? What if a wolf? The longer I analyze the sound, the more I torment myself with fear. Every unexpected noise sent a sickening chill to my chest. The dog must have gone off into the bush. She still has not come back. I lost sight of her. Haida, come here. I call her again. The silence grips me by the throat. It clamps his bony fingers ominously around my neck and seems to make it tighter with each attempt. Haida? I force myself to step forward, lighting on the ground and trees and bushes. Haida! A rustling sound on the opposite side makes me shudder. I turn around and expecting a foot to see a natural dark beast, but my flashlight illuminates the innocent face of my dog. Woof! My knee buckle in relief, and I almost fall. The fluffy prankster stands in front of me, wagging her tail happily, as if nothing happened. Why? But it is really your dog, or keep that in mind. Oh my god, Haida, you scared me. Like, what took you so long? Get in the car, come in. I make Haida climbs into the car and do the same after her. The dog smell the cold and damp nocturnal forest. The nightingale at her body and paw dirty, which I realize as soon as I hug her. Haida made a mess on me and on the seat. I can appeal. There is no place to wash up. I have to put it up, no matter how dirty a Haida is. I still love her as much as she loves me, so I don't scold her. I threw the blanket over us, and oh my god. I turned off the flashlight. And yet, after that night walk, I don't want to sleep at all. It seems that at any moment something will peek through the window. Something or someone whose eyes I forgot what watching my back as I stood outside. This unknown creature's sticky and haunting gaze felt as if the forest spirit was watching an uninvited guest through the window. It was devouring me with the gaze of its empty black eye sockets, as an undiscovered skull from the wilderness would stare. The creature is definitely made of bone, moss, and mold, just like the skeleton that lie lonely under a layer of compost. I close my eyes as the thought depressed my nose into a hide of warm fur. The familiar living smell is slightly comforting. I have never been in a situation like this before. Alone in the wood, along with my dog in my car. Insomnia doesn't go away. I just have to wait until dawn. I look at the clock on my cell phone. It is 3 in the morning, so it should be light soon. I just have to be patient. I can still hear crackling and strange low noise coming from the wood. Maybe it's the wind that is just swaying into the branch, whistling between the trunks. I want to block my ear. I want to fall asleep. Never had I thought that far from the civilization. The sound of nature seems so loud. Je reviens. I try to put myself in a positive frame of mind. I think about how Haida and I will find a way out in the morning. How soon we will climb into the bathroom and then have a nice meal, or the other way around. Food first and then hygiene and sleep. But there is also the other side of the coin. I have to call my boss and ask for a sick leave. Run to the clinic and ask for a medical certificate. Finally, I open the snake game on my cell phone to get my mind off things. Bad idea because I thought you would drain the battery. And so little by little, I managed to wait for dawn. I get up and take a proper look at the car. I need to find the problem. I don't give up. I hope that I can patch up this junker on my own to get it to the highway. At least to the highway. Probably something fallen up or cracked. Like when I hit the pothole. The sky finally brightened up. The sun is coloring the celestial haze, but the light is lost in the fog and loose clouds. I pull out my supplies. I have no sandwich left, only water and dog food. It is not much. I make the breakfast for Haida, get out my car and step in the puddle. See, the resolution of the situation of literally makes me furious. Holy shit, this can't be happening. I rush. I have to check the alcohol level. There may be a hole somewhere under the hood. That's where it leaked out. It probably happened just then, far away on the highway, when we got a big bump. Yesterday, we didn't have enough of it therefore to duplicate the engine. Therefore that's why I forgot that word sound came out. And that's why we never didn't move. But there's still hope that it hadn't been ever damaged that badly. I rushed to the trunk. The canister of engine oil is suspiciously high, and I've been so full that we might be able to get out of here. What? That's it? Oh god. I don't want to sit in the forest any longer anyway. So I pulled the left order from the bottom and get behind the wheel. I rejoice when the engine starts. We haven't driven out, but it's too soon to celebrate. The gram lazy beer for a meter and dies again. Out of despair, I hit the horn as hard as I could, frightening Ada. The dog whimpers and presses her body against the seat. Move! What the hell is wrong with that junk? No answer, only an exhausting silence. I press my palm to my face and groan. I feel like the worst loser in the damn world. How did I deserve it? I don't need this mushroom. I'm such an idiot. Wouldn't have damaged the car if it wasn't for that jerk. Shit. Through the mirror, I glance at the frightened girl. I sighed and calmed down. I'm so sorry. I pat her head. We're stuck here. I will think of something right away. I'm hungry. Right, I will cook my mushroom. What do you think? Unfortunately, like most of the range, I found a hard to damp because of the dew. I finally make out a fire of the rag, newspaper, and my roadmap. Then I string some mushroom on a stick and light it up the brush and finally roast them. I wish there was some water somewhere. Everything is dirty. I hope I don't get food poisoning just because I don't wash them. Damn it. Disgusting. Dirty hands, face and food. There was too little water to waste on washing up. I look like a chimney sweeper, even though I've been here only a day. When the mushrooms are cooked, I begin to eat them, trying to convince myself that junk and mortar hole bonfire are the gem. Although an handful of salt will definitely brighten the shortcoming. It tastes of a rather particular, but my stomach whines and sucks too much not to fill it with something. Salt would have come in handy. What kind of a short-sighted mushroom hunter was I that forgot to take it? I didn't expect to stay in the woods all day though. Why I am lost in thought. I don't notice that Haida brazenly snatched a couple of mushrooms from the other batch I left over. Drop it, idiot! Oh, Haida, I didn't think you had that. Alright then. I hope you don't get sick. We have had a problem already. You know, we should walk to the highway, catch a car, and talk them into getting our car on the crane. If they make it to the village, we can call a tow truck. I will find it to work. The idea I had voiced gave me confidence. Yes, I have to move on. Just sitting here is not going to help. Finally. Or, as my grandmother used to say, God help those who help themselves. Is there a chance that I'm being for sure shed? Who is to say that I'm not lying on the couch right now? I'm unscrupulously missing work. That I'm not just a slacker. The longer I stay here, the scarier and stranger seems the forest, and these mysterious roads forgotten by all the world. Too many uncanny thought creeps like it creeps that into my mind. It's turn of my like a mind of imagination and disturb me with his deliberate mystery. After a quick snack, I grab a bottle of water and my cell phone and into the thick fog, which is reluctant to disperse with Ida. We walk into the opposite direction. Soon the damp mist will cover our track. We should look for an old trail. Yeah, looks like a distance run with a bad at the bottom. I should have stopped as soon as we got a bump. Oh, that's right. We haven't left. I think we have not haven't gotten to the mushroom spots yet. Well, now you have got it. Look how far you have come. Shouting to myself and reasoning slightly the fucking relics sent me. This day seems calm and silence drives me crazy, squeezing my head. Before I knew it, I'm starting to miss the chaotic noise of the city, the way it weaves together into a rhythm. I speak out loud, knowing full well that Ida, who is following me, wouldn't say anything but woof, but that's enough. We have been walking for a suspiciously long time. I glance at the grayish orange cell phone screen. Weird. Could I have taken a wrong turn? How deep did I drive? In the fog, I noticed a silhouette. It is the car. Touching my lip into a smile, I almost ran to it. I just scoot forward. But the closer I get, the clearer the picture becomes. It is my car. Grandpa of a Ziguli is standing lonely at the curb. Starting by the discovery, I look around, panic starts gripping me. Everything is making me dizzy. How it is possible? We were walking straight and straight. Like the fucking we could not get there. Yes, but maybe that fog is not humidity but drugs, or that for something like a made by you. I mean, that fucking two, that fucking like two, that fucking disorient you. So, but not you personally, but it's about people that are going there. Ida, hearing me whimper, come closer and twirl a wagging tail. Apparently, she tries to comfort me. The dog nuzzles her nose into my hand. I pat her. It's okay, Haida. Everything will be okay. It's time to test my theory. I decide to walk in the opposite direction. I remember how long we have been walking, so I just hope to get somewhere. Even if what the fuck? Even if okay, that's better. Even when if it is a secret lab in the middle of the wood, like in a sci-fi movie, or that was a gloomy manor with gulls, the fog lightened up, but I still won't go away. Noon is approaching. As we walk, it feels like something is gliding along in the fog this time. I stop and peer in the distance, and every time the suspicious shadow happens to be a tree or a bush or some other inconspicuous driftwood. Ada is as quiet as never before, as if nothing had happened I'm the only one who is going crazy. And the further I walk, the stranger I feel, as if the veil was separating me from the reality that had been upon the world. Lonely and helplessness comes again. I want to believe. I hope that I am about to see a highway behind another span of concrete. However, now it's in my car. My car is still there, as if I have never left this place. What the hell? Left, right? It is the same. How? It might be a lot of things. It may be the gas, it may be like a track look only, but the other hidden track might be just kind of full of the vegetation, so when you turn it around, this is totally possible. With the slightly walking forward, but just slightly turning, but without knowing who the fuck that you turn. I sat on the ground and Haida snuggled to me, suddenly poking her nose into my jacket. Woof! My gaze shifted the forest. No, I'm not going there. No way. Maybe someone will notice that I'm not home. Maybe they will find us. Haida, what should I do? I hugged the dog, tucked my face into her soft fur. Hush, hush. I'm not crying anymore. Connecting myself, I got up and walked to the car and tried pushing it. But what is the point? We're locked in her. I'm not going to the wood. What if we get lost and no one finds us? We'll wander around for the rest of the opportunity. No food, no water. I've got nothing but a goddamn letter. This wreck and a life. I kicked the wheel of my car, then again. I took out my anger and despair. There's enough when you should have done it on a tree. My breakdown scared Ida. She is now crying at me. What? Require bragging, shut up. Woo. I rubbed up her tails and hair, dropping her muddy belly to the ground. Now she immediately waits for all my steam to come out. What else can she do? What can I do? I am thirsty again. The walk has taken so long that it is already lunchtime. Is that strange feeling when the day flows by, but it feels like it has been going forever? I pull out of a bucket of mushroom and begin to pick through them. But surprisingly, I only find a few worms. The monotonous work that distract me from thinking about the bones, about the scary nose in the forest at night, about the shadow between the trees, about the invisible gaze staring at me. The thought flashed me through my mind. What if I am watching right now, at the moment? My hands start shaking. I turn around while cutting a one out of a mushroom. And before I knew it, I cut myself. And of course, fuck it. I press my cut finger to my lips. Bad idea. You should have put something else on your play. The thirst became unbearable. The warm salt blood is the most delicious thing I've tasted in the 24 hours, not counting the sandwich I ate yesterday. But the trail left on my tongue suddenly seems rancid, then outright disgusting. The water is still is not to be touched. The thirst grew older, either out of frustration or or of the empty stomach. I still hope the fog will clear soon. What if I was wandering down a road I not the fucking noticed it in the first place before? Maybe? What if I just lost my way in the broad daylight, as they say? But I'm not going to leave my car for now. Meanwhile, hunger is clutching my stomach. When Ida asked for food, I gave up altogether. The smell of dog food seems more of a more watering than anything else in the world. But I don't dare touch the last treasure. Who knows? But maybe the dog will be the last beacon of hope for salvation. Mushrooms are waiting for me. I rose a new portion of on fire of whatever I could find. A rag soaked in gasoline, piece of paper, dry sticks, all of it make it a dark, unpleasant smoke rise. But I'm an age to warm up well while I try to the food. I sit and I imagine like what it will taste at home after being cooked on my stove. Once again, twilight descends unnoticed. It is as if the day is shorter than usual. I stopped keeping track of time. This place is driving me crazy. After filling my stomach, I settle inside the car with Ida. Just in case, I check if the network is up, but nothing. But the battery promised to run out. So this is why the fuck you who the fuck is why the fuck you the fuck should not play games. Now I can pass a sleepless night by wasting by wasting the battery of the game. I once again blame myself for my negligence. Half a day more and myself would be shut down. Myself. But you can shut down your cell to keep the battery and open it later. White nose. The longer I listen, the more I think I hear something more. I pull the phone antenna out through the half open window. Then the radio begins to crackle and squeal. The sound is so creepy that it makes my hair stand on the hand. It sounds like the roll and howl of 1,000 creepy supernatural creatures. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Either frightening even more with our loud barking. Irritated, I silence the device. It is no use, it is all useless. It is broken too? Damn it. I don't want to change the battery in the radio with the ones kept in the flashlight. I have to use the power of wisely. And what will be the point anyway? Also, perhaps the lives will give me something peace and hope? No, but really, should I light up the dark? I suppose not. A merry thought facing of my fear make me shake in fear. My biggest fear now is to see the fuck what the fuck I expect to see. I also never thought that darkness would be so terrifying, terribly enclosing like it is right now, like a wall inside a crypt. I try to calm down and go to bed so I can face morning sooner. Will I ever see this morning at all? The thought raced through my head. There are clouds in my head. It pulls through my body in a cold wave. Terror shakes. Wonderful shakes me from the headside. I panic. The dim hope of getting out of the thick darkness of the room, the woods. Who the fuck was it? Embraced my heart, and its spawning deafened me, squeezed and jumbled my thoughts. We must get out now. I threw off the blanket, grabbed the flashlight, and jumped outside. Unable enough to endure it at all. Woof! Let's go. Now come here. The dog doesn't seem to move. To continue to lie. Look at me. In the meantime, my anxiety is growing. My knees are shaking. It seems that if I stay any longer, I won't be able to move. I can feel the cold chain under my skin, like icy ghost in the hand. They are trying to wrap around my head. I've got no time for it. I pull the dog up, take her in my arm, and go wherever my leg carries me with the flashlight. This flashlight is that, not the same thing. The dark cover everything now, and the dim beam flicker beneath my feet prevent me from stumbling. The trail merged into a kaleidoscope of grey, dry grass flutter and mingles with the stone slabs, swallowed by the haze. To top it all off, tears cloud my eyes. My breath is completely out of whack. I don't know where I'm going. My legs are simply carrying me forward. But the flashlight... But the flashlight was stumbled over branching things. That is of a tentacle. The half light. It moves towards me. Some things rumble and rustle with a roaring rumble. A cacophony of sound disturbed me. My hairs. Losing my nerve, I run back to the car, sobbing like a child. I try to cut through the noise with my home screen. The dog in my hand squirms. It seems I am just carrying a heavy club of fur, which a new whimpers particularly in response. Oh, we're not alone there. There really is someone in the woods, and that someone had killed all those people. There in the trinket lay the remains of a demonic fest. It is a bit fast to come to the conclusion. You just eaten some mushrooms, so maybe you are ragged. You know? Of course, it will kill me. It will be strangle me, or rip me apart like with its branch. Pause. Fear drives me to hide somewhere. It is the only thing that goes through my mind over and over again. The thought of myself or Ida being torn apart sends a cold sweat through me and shake me to the bone. Once inside, I lock out the door, make sure the windows are closed so no creepy monster can grab us. Pull the blinds on the back window so I can make sure no one can see us from behind, and you can see it either, so so bad idea. We, my dog and I, are look at here in a small car box, cut off from the outside world, with no communication. I can't call anyone, or ask for help. How long are they going to look for us? It is a question I am so afraid of not getting an answer to. My throat goes dry and I cut. My hands, which is are choked, don't stop shaking. Ida lurched beside me, but my coughing makes her squeeze into the seat. I'll look for I look for that. See for a water bottle, but find nothing more. But find nothing. But and then there was an empty bag and a flashlight. Where is it? No. I left it on my idiot. I don't know. I can bet myself. I take and full of mushroom and try to squeeze the liquid on my tongue. They no longer have the spicy, pleasant fresh smell, rinsing droplets around my throat. Without without a fridge, they will probably start to spoil very soon in the bucket. Still, I grab some of them and munch on the dog food to break the disgusting taste. Ada comes closer to me and put her furry head on my lap. Everything will be okay as long as you are with me. Sleep is out of question. I try not to look outside, but it is almost impossible. There are 5 open windows, and the back of the seat that don't hide them anyway. I huddle in the seat, wrapping myself in the blanket. The helplessness takes over with greater force. I try neither to listen nor to stare, but it seems as if my brain is playing with me. Whose sound are those? Who is wandering around? What monster traveled us? I realize that it has been a long time since I have heard bird sound or wild animal. Only the endless for rustling and crackling and humming. Gradually, my body softened and grew heavy with fatigue. Unable to move, but it all feels too real. It pierces with needles from my back. Trying to move doesn't help at all. I feel sewn up to the seat with thin threads. Any movements give off a stinging pain, like white nose. I feel as if I am burying my fingers into the ground, lying somewhere in a damn forest, in place of a skeleton from the ticket. I am dying? Am I dying? Well, you are maybe dragged too. Something that from rustled nearby, and then something wet touched my cheeks. I opened my eyes. It's Ida. She had unpacked the bag of dog food. She's now insistently for waking me up. Delighted at my awakening, she scrambled lazily through the door, but as much as she wants to, I can let her out, look outside, and see the same landscape as covered in a grey haze. It is like yesterday, but darker. How long was I sleeping? Did I sleep at all? Maybe it was just a dream. My eyes and thoughts feel like they are covered with sand. The curse of this place enmeshed me, sucking out my strength, and sanity. And the dehydration is fueling my despair. But even so, it is still too scary to go outside. I'm not ready. I particularly lies beside me, looking at me sadly, knowing that her honor is not going anywhere. You feel like she feels just as sick as I do, and she can drink water from the mushroom. I try to push myself forward. My body stiffens, like my bones are already stuck to the seat. My hands are barely able to move. I reach for the bucket. It seems that dusk is already falling. It is already. It is evening already? I put out my phone and try to read it out, but in vain. I can keep track of the time now. I look at Ida. The poor girl is curled up in a corner, barely breathing. But suddenly, I hear a knock from outside. Disturbing and aggressive one, as if someone is walking on the roof. I press myself back in the seat. A distinctive 5 finger. Ok, la fois que j'ai juste fait ça, la fois pour le. La fois pour le screenshot. C'est pour ça que la fois que je fais cette face-là. Ma vidéo. A distinct of a 5 finger footprints slams into the glass. And one more time, and one more. They stick to the windows with a distinctive clang. Then disappear only for another one to come. Hey, to come in its place. Ah! 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 The beast moves forward. I can almost feel it as it lands right above my head, pushing through the roof. It is just about to touch me. I pull Haida closer to me. Go away, please go away. What did we do to you? Go away. Tears are running down my cheeks. I keep repeating and repeating the plea like a mantra, hoping that it will get away. It is not real. It is not real. It will stop very soon. Let be a dream. I snuggle to Haida, burrow into the fur, hiding my nose from the monster who is gripping the car. It still can break the window. It is the only thing that calmed me down. I try to convince myself that we are safe inside. No one can get at it. I am hiding under the cover, playing house with bedside monster, as if I am a child. And all of a sudden, it starts off clicking the knob. It desperately wants to get inside. However, the door does not open. And stop the fucking as suddenly as it began, as if nothing had happened. I sighed nervously and mumbled to release the tension. I don't have the strength to sob anymore. All I want is to feel the warmth of my dear Haida, to make sure she is still there with me alive. I touch her dirty but soft sore fur and run my trembling finger over it. Then I attempt to put hands under her belly and cut her again. I wish it was just a dream. I want to lie like this with you on the safe bed. When I touch her belly, I think I feel something very strange. It is budding with swivel summer. The dog suddenly growl and bite me. Ugh. It's hard, Ada. What's wrong? I saw at the bird teeth. The pain in my arm of our traps. Instead of her of a cheerful street friend, I see an aggressive stranger. The real idol of her will never bite me. I don't take my eyes of this dog, which although in the corner, it's not at me for viciously bristling. Big fang, demonic eyes. The spots on his fur are dancing. as if evil is bursting out of her, taking over her mind, making her grow like so aggressively. But maybe in the wood earlier, that wasn't your dog, that was your mind that was playing the trick. That was your dog. I throw my blanket at her and grab my knife, trembling against the opposite door. I have to push Ada outside to keep her from attacking me. The worst option is to plunge the blade into her soft body. When did I lose my best friend? On the walk? Or is that night when it has possessed her? Or maybe this is not your dog at all? My paranoia gives me more and more idea. And maybe you can for you just drag it back from the mushroom. But it is not it's evident that the poor girl is too hungry. Is she hungry enough to eat her honor? Ah! The dog keeps tending her paws in the fabric, still growling. I quickly open the window and push her out with the blanket. Tears burn my cheeks with icy shards. Instead of moan, my throat lets out a wheezing sound that hardly sounds like a words. Ida, sorry, I'm so sorry. I twist the window and door to the limit as the creature I abandoned barks and claws at the door. I should have left her. Should have left her home. Now she's gone. She's gone. I press my ears to the tightening pain. No, stop whining, shut up. The dog doesn't stop. Her voice grows more and more pitiful and more natural way and whiny. Maybe I'm going crazy. I just sorry about that. I want to open the door. The bird like to anger gets behind her, but fear fucking grips my whole body. I try to ignore the whining and barking. Oh god, I kill her. We're both going to die. Fuck. While I am cursing myself, the creature stops bothering me. It finally gets quiet. It stops imitating Ida. I can take a little break. After a nervous breakdown, exhausted as a zombie, I began to cram myself with mushrooms that are already stinking. Some of them are rotten, some are with worms. I don't care anymore. I'm thirsty and hungry. So you get more drug. If I could suck up the water from them, I could do it. My tongue feels nothing anymore. It is tingly and dry. Those damn mushrooms are the only thing I have. I search for hope, beg for rescue. One day, or another, I want to survive. Maybe I will start a new life. It is a valuable lesson that I must learn. In solitude, moments from the past flash through my mind. It is so gross and so frustrating. My whole world turned gray, mired in the sticky haze of everyday life. Does it take a person to fall to the bottom for them to finally turn their nose up to the sky and see the lighter? I am naggled by guilt. It is pointing at me with a dry palm, as if saying, now you can reach it. Now you can fix it. There is one thing I can fix right now, but no matter how much I want to go after Ida, I can't bring myself to do it. Immediately, I see it. Hidden between the trees, staring at me with its empty eye sockets. What if Ida is in the hand of it? I can save her. I can save myself too. We won't be safe. It's dark again. Without a watch, it's hard to keep track of time. It flows unevenly, not in torrents, then a painfully slow drop. Do I really believe that I've been here for a few days? What if more? The longer I stay here, the more I feel the throbbing fever flowing by the icy gum, the thirst and hunger eating away at my inside. And annoying itch rolls over my skins. Sometimes it feels as if small worms are running around. I itch and bite myself to no avail. The decisively safety lock lock me up in the stinky car. I firmly believe that no one will dare get through the thin layer of metal and when if I end the focusing upholstery. That grandpa spirit that will keep me safe and my grandmother will end ill. This metal coffin has saved me from the undercracer, so it will probably keep me from the predator as well. My lovely crypt. Everything around me fades and dissolves into a pitch dark mass. I can see my hands in front of my face. Maybe I should turn on the headlight. The focus congratulations inspired me to take action again. It is over madness. Yes. How they would define me if I don't give a signal. They should be looking for me right now. They should be. I didn't go to work. I didn't call Lydia. Everyone should know by now that I'm lost. I have to give them a clue. I turned on the headlight. The yellowish light dazzled me at first, and even true, though I fear it will never. The fox immediately touched something frightening. The rays are already cutting through the darkness. I sit the back seat, with my knees stuck in it, peering out into the darkness beneath my feet. I'm not ready to see the what stands behind the glass. Even after the desperate action, there is nothing else for me to do but wait and be quiet, as if I am not here at all. I heard heavy footsteps outside. Perhaps the forest spirit itself therefore has come to me. Massive silhouette stands in front of the headlight, staring at me right now. I'm too afraid to look up, but I have to see it. I hope it is just a wild animal. I hope there are no more animals living here. I want to see hope. As we start to look up, the Lord of Forests. Okay. I am watched by a terrifying creature. Unreal but distinct, so disgusting that it clogs my memory. Bungie. We stare at each other. Gaze is the fucking painfully squeezing my guts. It is the look I have been feeling and fearing all the time. I am sure it sees right through me, my ugly, pathetic soul. The longer it goes, the longer I stare at it, the more a second lump rises in my throat. The creator doesn't go away, it keeps staring at me, denouncing my sins, silently urging me on to a monologue. Finally, the most painful thought entered my head. Can it be that my life was meaningless? I am meaningless. But the past doesn't matter anymore. I am awaited by such a vile, lonely hand. Stares at the traitor who had left her more special treasure, Haida. Dizziness blurred my vision. I feel so sick, nauseated, and for a moment the feeling owns, and forcibly silenced for reappear. I am taken over by the awfulness of everything that surrounds me. My smell of a dead man left in an apartment in the dirt. I begin to vomit so badly that I think I will suffocate and die a ridiculous death right in front of these monsters. So absurd and executus that I will die because of my own stupidity in the lovely crypt. This thing is mocking me. I can't see anything anymore. The outlines are blurred. I am shaking and vomiting. Suddenly, I feel lump going all over my body. I grab onto one of them and try to tear it off. The cover that bikes marks, my scratch, and abrasion with tiny hats, and itch under my throat, showing up as of a painful bump. I feel rough what's on my finger. Mushroom? I read them off on myself one by one. It's herbs. Some who the fuck, some of them don't get off at all, and some come off the fuck splattering bloods. Maybe this is not mushroom. I grab the knife because in the okay. So you are in a delirium and you are cutting yourself right now. I don't. I am cursed. I am cursed because I went to this fucking forest. I don't want to die. I did nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I am almost drowning in my hunters. The pain merged into a single agony. My body can't take it anymore. My hands don't listen to me anymore. They are numb. My whole body is frozen, and darkness covers my eyes. I wish for nothing more than to wake up at home, but this to turn out to be a nightmare. I don't know if it is a dream or how long I've been like this, chained to the seat, but I'm still conscious. I can talk to myself in my head. I can understand that I still feel something beside the dulling pain all over my body. And then again, there's a blackout. It is like I am living in an episode. I pass out and wake up again, shackled by weakness and helplessness. At some moments, I glimpse at the gray sky, the bush and trees, the hood of my car. Sometimes I walk along the concrete road, reach the car again, and wonder endlessly, and then I vomit and pass out again. Did I really get out? I think I did, but in the moment when my mind is awakened, I find myself still in the same position, the focus completely drained and powerless. I am confused. Because the dream and the reality are getting mixed up in some particular wild way, a new reality. After a blackout, fresh air that from gravity fill my lungs. My ears catch familiar soft raining of the drop. A pleasing clattering sound echoes from outside. When I open my eyes, I see water dripping down the glass, and the ozone of fluoride air finally filtered into the stinky cabin through the 45 systems. I left myself take a full breath, even though my body hurts and my eyes and mouth feel like they are covered in scent. I forced myself to get up. Rain. I pulled my hands to the glasses to make sure it is real. Each rub is followed by a bit of a pigeon chill. I want to go outside so badly, and I finally find the desire to escape again. Is this rain a sky sign for me? In response, the factor is never burning my throat. If I were to choose, I want to die in the rain. Can't take it anymore. I can't. I'm going to die. That's the only way. I try to open the door, but my finger don't bend and slip. Even such a simple action is now seem impossible. All I can do is to turn the knob. With the windows of a red outside and breath in the fresh air with pleasure. Pleasure after so much torture. I want to cry, but it feels as I already cry out all the tears. I pull myself, shaking my hands and catching water with my tongues, washing away the dust and dirt, taking away my anxiety. For my anxiety, I am ready to dissolve into this blissful rain. I close my eyes and catch the water with my tongue, holding on as hard as I can. I want more. I reach for water, yielding to greed. Suddenly my hands fail me. I'm falling over the window, collapse onto the wet concrete. My head is spinning. A sharp pain pierces my flaccid body from the back of my head to my neck, from my elbow to my fingertips. My gaze rests on the thick, dark clouds. The downpour comes with a renewed force, and all the tenderness is now gone. The drops feel like they were pounding in, scratching me, penetrating me. The heat mingle with the cold. I try to roll over to stand up. Something inside me squeezes my throat, blocking my breath. I wheeze and claw. I grasp for air, running in the fit of new agony. I am being torn apart piece by piece. I can feel my veins splitting. I can't breathe in or exhale or scream. It is as if the air is now saturated with a scalding, painful poison. My inside are exposed. Every nerve in my body feels this of a murderous abuse. My brain refuses to shut down. Even as a scarlet, rubbing veils that uncover my eyes. Unbearable. How long will this go? My thoughts are bogged down in a sticky mass, like another nightmare that is unbearably hard to escape. It is hard to believe that it is really happening. Why does God keep tormenting me? I feel like the whole world is mocking me. I stop moving. I try to breathe again. It is hard, but I managed to do it. And high enough for experiencing for some kind of seizure, or was it an attack from an invisible beast? Some philosophers said, I think terrified I am. Maybe it's not the time to lose hope yet. I touch the concrete road, it is wet. I feel like what appear to be grass. A wheel. Leaning against for the sleepy car. I force my knee to bend and lift my body. A window. Clinging to the secure support, I stand on the cotton of painful legs that seem so brittle, as if my bones are about to crumble. If I take a step, I will break. I will definitely break. It seems I squeeze my eyes again, shut down. Then I open my eyelids. My eyes are so blurry, like I have a bag over my head. What did I do just now? Did I do anything? I'm so cold, cold. The road, I have to walk on the road. Walk, it hurts to walk. Hurts, hurts. Woof, 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 woof. Ida. Ida, sweet Ida. I open my mouth. But why is that wheezing? Do I have always talked like that? What? Cold, Ida, I'm cold. Epilogue. The rain comes down like a wall. The autumn forests turn grey and look especially heavy under the clouds. The dark asphalt roads are cut it throughout. Once in a while, and once in a while of who the fuck whatever a car that fucking run there this zigzag. And this time the Lada rubbing water like the window wipers is racing clearly exceeding the speed limit. There are two people inside, a husband and wife. They listen to the radio, riding through the rain, serene and careless. The artists sing about cheating and love to a corny tune until the white noise again. The signal is bad and in this part of the wood. They turn off the stereo. Just like that, in silence, the couple that watches the road. A tense atmosphere that quickly grips both of them. It is as if all thoughts and feeling are interrupted by the pounding of the raindrops and the incline, as if they have radio installed inside their heads. The weather is also not setting the mood. And still, the husband asks something. The woman answers first in a single word, then quite loudly drawing her husband attention to herself. At the moment, her eyes narrow. What is that? What? Her shift he shifted for his gaze as well. He starts to slow down, but the road is too slippery because of the downpour. They both see a humanoid figure in the middle of the road. Oh, she died? Roughly swearing into the steering wheel to the scream of his wife, the man crashing. The body falls on the wood, spreading awkwardly in front of the audience. You hit her! You hit her! Ah! Don't you yell, I see my hit myself. Fucking hell. Yeah. Hi. If she's alive? Yes, go out and take a look. No, yet you should look. The quarrel is interrupted by a palm, which is pressed into the glass. The watch out, dead eye fixed on the woman, then turned sharply on the man. A moment later, A shriek echoes through the area. The creature stands up in an unnatural manner and reach for the door as if it knows what to do. The husband tried to start the engine, and it hit the gas pedal, but to no avail. Perhaps the key is stuck, or the engine will shake. His wife shake him by the shoulder and repeating, "Hurry up! What are you doing? Hurry up!" But that doesn't help the situation one bit. And while they're trying, the creature smashes the window with his fist. The glass shatters into the tiny crumbs, and the partially hang covered many cracks. A clammy bloodless and grabs the husband by the collar and pulling it out sharply. His hand smashes the windshield, leaving a trail of blood. She hit it again. It drags the man through the window onto the wet asphalt. The woman is frozen with horror, watching as something in the guise of the mutilated and the fucking miss happened. Yell brutally smash the head of her husband into the ground. She summoned all her courage and opened the door, hoping to push away the girl or to do something to save it. She unfortunately jumped out of the car, but her attempt to kick the creature in the head or endless, its arms are fruitless. The girl claws at her prey like a predator. Unresponsive to the pain. The man no longer shows any sign of life, and the monster turned to the woman. It is too late for her to flee. The echoes of wheeze and cries fill the place, and it continues for a while until finally the rain drowned out the two souls for good. Ok. Ok. Ça va, c'est quoi? C'est bon? Je reconnais ça par contre. Je l'ai déjà vu quelque part. Ok. Ah ben. C'était très bon. J'ai fortement adoré. Puis oui, là, finalement, la fois, c'est bel et bien une histoire d'horreur. Puis finalement, mais il était pas drogué. Il y avait vraiment quelque chose qui se passait dans cette forêt-là. Maintenant, est-ce que c'est un. Alors pourquoi, ça on saura pas. On sait pas. Peut-être qu'un jour, dans le l'auteur va faire une suite, je sais pas. Ou ben peut-être aussi, dans le que c'est comme le but, dans le de nous laisser nous poser des questions sans qu'on sache la réponse. Mais j'ai fortement apprécié l'histoire. Je trouve qu'elle valait la peine d'être écoutée. Fait que. Cool! Fait que c'est ça qui est ça. Fait que moi, ben, je reviens demain avec le jeu Go-Kart New Mexico. Fait que si dans le fond vous avez aimé que ça aujourd'hui, ben dans le fond, ben, comme que vous venez de me revoir demain. Passez une bonne soirée. Et à la prochaine tout le monde!